Hey everybody, welcome back to DevMoney and another crypto-packed video. This year has been a crazy one in the cryptocurrency world, and I've already made a couple of videos outlining what's going on. Today, however, this video is going over the fundamentals of cryptocurrency, so that way if you really have no idea what crypto is, at the end of this video you have a basic understanding of what it is, why we have it, and how it can be used. Now, the people deep into the cryptocurrency world who've been in it for years or months really have this thought process a lot of times that everybody loves cryptocurrency, everybody knows what it is, and everybody knows everything about it, and that's just really not true. There are still tons of people who don't know what cryptocurrency is or why we have it, and a lot of people don't have much intention on using cryptocurrency in the future. And that's why I'm making this video, so that way you get a crash course in the fundamentals and you understand what it is. And I'm going to make this as simple as possible, answering the questions: what is cryptocurrency, why we have cryptocurrency, and how can we use cryptocurrency. So first, what is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is just a digital form of currency. It's intangible and it's based on cryptography, which means simply that it's almost impossible to counterfeit. Now, the first and best example to use is Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency ever created, and it was created back in 2009. And like all cryptos, Bitcoin is an intangible asset. It's essentially just a string of unique code that cannot be duplicated. Now, there are a maximum of 21 million Bitcoins ever to be in existence, and as I'm making this video, only about 18 million or so are in circulation. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, how do you get a Bitcoin? How is it created? Well, it's created by a process called mining. And what mining involves, very simply, is just a series of computers all working together to solve complex math equations. And once these equations are solved, the miner earns a Bitcoin. Now, you may think, well, why do you not just get a bunch of supercomputers, get them all together, mine all the Bitcoins, you have all these Bitcoins, you're super rich, right? Well, it's not that simple, because with each Bitcoin that's mined, the equations get more and more difficult to solve, thus taking more and more time. And that's why only 18 million or so Bitcoins are in existence at this point, because not all 21 million have been mined. And if I remember correctly, it's going to be, I think, over 100 years from now or so before the last Bitcoin will be mined, because of the difficulty of the equations that it takes to solve and earn those Bitcoin. Now, once the Bitcoin have been mined, they can be exchanged for goods or services, transferred between people and parties, and used really just like any other currency. Now, in summary, a cryptocurrency is simply a digital currency that you can never touch, you can never hold, because it's digital. It can be held as you would any asset like real estate or stocks, and you can also exchange it for goods and services. Now, the second question: why do we have cryptocurrency? And this is a huge question to answer, and it's one that most people don't understand. One of the biggest reasons and benefits of cryptocurrency is because you can transfer small and large sums of money in extremely small amounts of time without having a middleman involved, like a bank or a lender or someone like that. Not only does that cut down on costs to you, the end user, but the transfer takes place much quicker than a typical bank wire or a check or something like that. And one of the other huge benefits is that cryptocurrencies are typically built on decentralized networks called blockchains, which I'll explain momentarily. But the benefit to this is that no government or institution can influence the cryptocurrency like they do the US dollar or the euro or other currencies in the world. And having a currency that's immune to government manipulation, in my head, is a great thing, and we all should want that. Now, back to what I was saying about cryptocurrency being based on a decentralized network called a blockchain. Very simply, blockchain technology is essentially a database, and it works like this. Essentially, there's a finite amount of information stored on one block, and once that information has been filled, another block is added or chained, and so you get this chain of blocks, all of this information, and these are called blockchains. Now, the reason that a blockchain is needed for cryptocurrency is because it ensures the integrity of the transactional data, and there are different people or groups of people who can verify information on the blockchain through using different things called proof of stake or proof of work to verify the information that's on the chain. That's a bit too advanced for this video, but if you are interested in how proof of stake and proof of work works, let me know in the comments down below. Now, the third, final, and probably the biggest question is: how do we use cryptocurrency? Because a currency that cannot be used is not really an effective currency, right? Going back to the Bitcoin example, it may be the first cryptocurrency ever created, but it's not necessarily the best transactional currency because of the time it takes for each transaction and because of the fees involved with it. There are other currencies like Ethereum, like Cardano, that significantly lower those transactional costs and the amount of transactions that can be carried out at once, thus reducing the time for each person. These other coins like Ethereum, like Cardano, are called altcoins, and each of these coins are created to solve a problem in the cryptocurrency world or try to provide a solution solution for something that has not yet been solved. Now, paying for your groceries, your car payment, your rent payment, or your mortgage payment with cryptocurrency has largely been non-existent up until this point. With the advent of BitPay, it has become more popular and more common, but it is by no means widespread. It's still in the early adoption phase, and being able to use cryptocurrency easily, conveniently, and affordably is still the biggest hurdle that the crypto world has to get over in order to gain that mass adoption that companies like Visa and MasterCard have. Because back in the day, people didn't use debit cards and credit cards, they just used their checkbooks, or they just used cash. And it took a little bit for credit cards and debit cards to get mass adoption. And cryptocurrency is kind of at the same point that credit cards and debit cards were when they were first created. People were wary of them, people didn't know how to use them, people didn't want to break from the habits of using their checkbooks, using cash to pay for things, and so they just stuck with that. So how cryptocurrency is going to be used on a day-to-day basis hasn't been completely ironed out yet. We're seeing things like BitPay pop up, and there's talk from a lot of large companies that are wanting to integrate cryptocurrency payments into their systems, but we've not yet gotten the adoption that we need. When we get to the point where you can walk into Walmart or Target or Starbucks or Apple or Best Buy or any company that you shop at and pay with your cryptocurrency, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, or your Cardano, your Dogecoin, whatever the coins are that you have, that's when we'll have reached full adoption and the crypto world will be fully cemented and here to stay. I personally think that cryptocurrency isn't going anywhere. We just have to get through this last hurdle of being able to use cryptocurrency as easily as we use our Visa card. And once that happens, you're gonna see the user base of cryptocurrency skyrocket. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you now understand what is cryptocurrency, why we have it, and how we're gonna use it in the future. But if you do have any comments, make sure to let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.